Guys, I like how this part has started. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are we about to
Should
get
into some topics?
Should we do Adolf West?
Adolf West. I'm with it. I'm with it. You got it. I get it.
Ooh, Mr. Adolf West.
Adolf West is good. Did you come up with that?
I did.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good because
like,
the Jewish pride. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Because I was gonna go with Kanye Hitler, and then I was just like that. It just sounds like two first names, right? It sounds
that
like
was your first idea.
That was the first idea.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one came out.
I'm glad you kept cooking it up. Bro. You said Kanye Hitler.
That's just so dumb.
Adolf West was good though.
Yeah. Adolf West, as we all know, Mr. Kanye West is in the mix of controvery.
N.O.R.E.
Boo.
Boo. Well, actually, before he went on Drink Champs, he went on. Was that a dog barking?
Yeah.
Shut that shit down. All right.
He went on to LeBron's.
He went on the barbershop.
shop.
Sorry, the shop. Went on there. Mav and them put out a statement saying, "Yeah, this nigga was doing too much. We're not. We don't want to be aligned with the shit this guy was. The rhetoric this man was spewing. It was hateful. It was anti-Semitic, and it was gay. And so they weren't fucking with it. What? They weren't fucking with it. That's all I'm saying.
A little seasoning, just a little Salt Bae on it.
That's what they basically said.
Solari's on there.
So then, Mr. Adolf West then went to N.O.R.E, the Drink Champs, and said, "Hey man, we need to run it back. I got some shit I want to talk about. I want to address some stuff. But if y'all don't, I gotta stop. I gotta turn my shit down because I can hear the distortion when I yell.
It's fine.
It's weird.
That's good.
It's not good audio.
It's
but either way,
passionate.
We're just having fun.
I'm just getting cardio in. But then he says, if y'all try to shut me down, we walking out this bitch.
All right.
And so then N.O.R.E, I like this term you like to use. N.O.R.E then grabbed his ankles, tooted it up, and let Kanye just go savage mode on that booty for a whole 2 hours. And I'll be honest, I didn't 3 hours. I'll be honest, bro. I didn't watch it. I wasn't like, I already get it. Like when he's on this little tirade shit, I'm just not like gonna watch and be like, bro, did you hear what he said? Bro, he's gonna say stuff that makes everyone say, did you hear what he said? And it's like, bro, I'm not one of these little fucking pawns, bro. I got better stuff to watch. I'll hear the headlines and get the gist of it. I'm not gonna watch and be like, you guys misinterpreted, man. He was dropping bars. All right, bro. Cool. If y'all want to feel that way, feel that way. Either way, N.O.R.E just fucking kick keying while this guy is spewing off rhetoric. Didn't even give pushback when he talked about George Floyd.
Bro, the craziest.
I should have worn my George Floyd shirt.
One of the things. Oh, we didn't even tell about the Hawaii shirt theme.
Oh yeah, I only wore this shit because they pulled up wearing shirts.
Bro, the shit you had on before though?
It was Mamba. It was Kobe. I was wearing it I was because I knew we were gonna talk about the Lakers, so I want to wear it.
Okay. Now we're gonna start talking about Hawaii.
Yeah. All right, but now go on about Banye. And if I missed anything, if I didn't give a whole like good kind of rundown, you can always fill in little parts.
All right, so Kanye West, he talked about George Floyd and how he passed away from fentanyl in his veins versus asphyxiation. That was probably one of the biggest parts of the controversy. And then he also had many anti-Semitic remarks, but it's like the way that he kept phrasing Jewish people. It's like if you're watching this and you've never heard of Kanye at first, you really think he's just talking about Jewish people in its entirety. But then it's like he's talking about like the 15 fucking gatekeepers for record labels or these giant sports teams.
Hey, asshole. You watch how you talk about GF. Don't talk about Big Floyd in this bitch. That's it. It sounds weird if I can't hear myself.
Oh, you just changed the shirt.
We're not gonna accept no George Floyd bullshit talk, okay? You understand me, Mr. West? All that other shit, cool. It's funny. I could key with it. I could get down with it. You want to say white lives matter? They matter. I'm getting Tory a shirt as we speak. George Floyd? Nah. Don't speak, bro. Don't speak with that bullshit. He talking about, what did he say? He died of fentanyl. Yeah. Based on what?
So there's the autopsy that says that he dies because of the blood in the system, but the coroner report says that he died from a heart attack. From the knee on the neck. Yeah.
So why are you saying fentanyl?
Because there's two different controversies. There's the right side and the left side. You know, they always love the controversy. So one of the autopsy reports says that, and the coroner says another thing.
Bro,
so
a nigga went to prison for murdering him. Like, it already happened.
Yeah.
It already happened.
Yeah.
He went to prison for murdering him.
Yeah.
I witnessed it. Derek the bitch.
The whole world witnessed it, man. That was wild.
Not everyone. Just don't speak for the blind. Can't witness it if you're blind. No, my fault, bro. What were you saying though? I just wanted to get back.
Oh my God, like N.O.R.E claims to be Kanye West's friend, right? They're really close homies. They came up together. They
Dick
know.
Rider
they
friend.
know. Bro,
Same thing.
I just realized watching this episode of Drink Champs. Drink Champs is a show for yes men.
Yeah.
100%.
And N.O.R.E be sounding stupid on there. I'll be honest. I fuck with him, but he be sounding mad dumb. He always confused.
He's so nice. I think I would love to have a conversation with him because he's so like genuinely funny, and it's just like Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
Joey from Friends is like the stupid friend that's hilarious, and that's how I kind of picture N.O.R.E. You know, he won't retain the information, and then maybe 10 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, what'd you say about that before?"
Yeah. Who are we talking about?
Okay, always confused.
So the thing I just don't understand: if you're truly his friend, why did you not edit out the George Floyd take?
And bro, I think because he's pussy for one thing, but I mean, so he posts all this. He's hyped about it. He's taking pictures with Kanye. There's a whole rollout. And then the next day... So, sorry, let's get the full picture. So, he posts it. Everyone's outraged. Calls the Breakfast Club. Apologizes. Then they take it down. Oh, yeah. It's still taken down. So, they private the video. What are you doing, bro?
Do you think it was actually N.O.R.E. or was it Puff Daddy because he owns Revolt?
For sure, Puff. That's a higher level decision. N.O.R.E didn't make that decision.
So, why is N.O.R.E. the one that has to apologize?
Because it's your podcast. Like, it's your show. You're the one that aired it, but it's the same way, like, the shop taking it down, that had to be HBO. I mean, no. Not necessarily had to be HBO. They might have genuinely been like, nah, we can't put this out.
It's a whole team of people.
But it's also, within mind, we're connected to HBO, bro. We can't have no shit like this put out. So the same thing applies for N.O.R.E., but N.O.R.E. dumbass put it out and was hyped about it, gave no pushback. Because if he had just given pushback and had a real debate, he could have easily been like, yeah, like, he's my friend. I didn't agree with everything he said, but that's why we were having a discussion and you guys could see my viewpoint. Then what could you be mad at? You had this guy here, you let him speak his voice, and you combated with the things he said and showed your perspective. And then even then, you still could have had the foresight to say, let's take certain things out, man. I don't want George Floyd's family to see this type of rhetoric being spewed when it's not based off facts. Why don't you ask him what facts he's basing it off of, like, past that? I know what you said. I mean, something. But, like, so why are you valuing this opinion over that opinion?
They were just
but
silent.
That would contradict the entire point of why he was there, though.
No, but
if you try to censor him like that, that's what he was saying the entire interview. That's
not censor. Oh,
that is
you're talking about if you're editing, or if
you're editing and you cut out those parts, you're doing the exact thing he's talking against in the entire interview.
Yes, do that.
Fuck him.
Do that.
I don't care. It's still my platform. Oh well, he said he didn't want to be censored, so I gotta let him say this shit about
get
George
that. I'm
Floyd.
just saying, like, that's a point to think about, like.
And like, you gotta have a brain. You gotta see how people are gonna take this.
He just didn't want to make Kanye mad.
Look. One thing about Kanye speaks to the masses like he's talking to his friends. Like, we might be able to say something to each other, but man, these bitches crazy, right? And it's like, we're not talking about all women. We're talking about a girl that fucked us over. You know, like, your friends will be able to understand that. But when you're speaking in like general statements, and when you're speaking about things that people have never seen behind the fucking veil, like, we've never seen what goes on in the fucking industry. Like, who's the owners of certain record labels and stuff like that. Like,
I've known about it for years.
Well, he's actually like met these people.
Yeah.
Versus the masses. The masses barely even know. They might just know a name.
Right.
Okay,
you know?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I'm just like, okay, he's talking about it in a way that he's talking to the homies. N.O.R.E.'s job himself should be trying to give him a different point of view. Like, okay, you're talking about George Floyd and you're talking about the Jewish people. The only thing that N.O.R.E. did was like, oh, man, we just love all the Jewish people.
We fuck with Jews.
Yeah, it's like,
I think N.O.R.E. knows his position and he knows not to step on toes, because Kanye was saying a lot of shit. Kanye at one point was saying, kill me. You could do what you want. All you rappers talking about that shit, kill me. Illuminati. And N.O.R.E., like, you could tell N.O.R.E.'s not dumb, bro. Like, he's dumb, but he's not that goddamn dumb. N.O.R.E.'s been in the industry a long time to where he knows there's a secret hand that moves behind the industry that could have Kanye killed. That's why he's like, no, after Kanye's like saying this shit, but right? Then he's sitting there like okay, all right, like he took it there. Like, you can tell N.O.R.E. has that on his face, like, as Kanye saying a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? Even Kanye, he kind of checked him in the beginning part, because Kanye starts talking. I'll say this. Here's my opinion on the whole thing. I think this is, again, one of the times where we see Kanye at his most free, just talking. And I appreciate it. I think that a lot of people want to call Kanye narcissistic, but I think it's hilarious that he said Drake is the best rapper ever. Like, Kanye's narcissistic, but he doesn't have an album cover with his face on it. Like, like he does have his moments where he rants about shit, and everything is in a worldview perspective of Kanye, because he's on there talking about, oh, the Kardashians took my children and shit, and everybody's saying they love me and support me, but when I was saying, hey, the Kardashians have my kids, y'all don't want to say shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is a valid point, but then it's like, bro, you also can't, you have too many answers going on with you, where you going talking about Pete and saying he has AIDS and shit like that. So it's like, it kind of contradicts itself, but that's what he was doing the whole interview, which is great, because it's like everybody's like, oh, he contradicts himself. Motherfucker, you contradict yourself on an everyday basis. Life is a contradiction. All right, there's a lot of things that shouldn't happen that do. There are a lot of things that happen that can't be explained, and we just don't know. Right,
so we can just make no sense.
I'm not saying that contradictions are valid, but you got to see the truth through, I guess, whatever other bullshit that there's like that's there. Because he's talking about anti-Semitic. I don't think he said anything anti-Semitic. Honestly, I really don't. And I don't understand how, if anybody says anything about Jews, you're automatically labeled an anti-Semite. Anybody, every single time somebody says anything against Jewish people, you're an anti-Semite. It's like being like called crazy, which he was talking about labels.
They were the first LGBTQ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking about labels. So it's like, bro, it does make sense, because he's talking about the Jewish media. Let's not act like we don't know that Jewish people run Hollywood, because we've been talking about that shit for centuries. And now when somebody says it who's been behind the curtain, now it's a problem. It's an anti-Semite. And then what happens when anybody does? They get fucking canceled. Is that not a sign to you dumbass motherfuckers that, anybody says something, you just get thrown out the window? Yeah. And it's always a black person. Why? Because the black Israelites had that, not even idea, but they went back to
Jewish too. He said it.
He said he's a Jew, and Jew is not a race. Like, it is a group of people. It is a collection of people. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, Kanye's a Jew, so how come a Jew can't speak on his Jewish people?
But this was a great interview. I don't like the fact that N.O.R.E conducted it.
That ain't a great interview.
No, it was a great interview. It wasn't an interview by the interview standards, but just let Kanye vent. I mean, say venting.
So it was a good rant, maybe. But it's not a good interview, bro, if you're not challenging no one's points. But all right, one thing about the whole... the Kardashians took my kid. I don't know why he keeps bringing that shit up. No one, like, why would anyone do anything about that for you, bro? That's your fucking marriage.
That's your house.
What does that have to do with anything? It's
home.
like Matt Barnes be like, no one cared when Derek was fucking my wife. No one stepped in.
Right.
Who was supposed to step in, bro? Like, that's literally your life, bro. I've never seen, what are fans gonna go to their house and be like, release North. We need her now. Bro, what are you talking? Hey, y'all didn't care. Nigga, you're ranting about your daughter's birthday party that you didn't get invited to. What the fuck does that have to do with anyone else?
You made the daughter's birthday party about you.
Right, exactly.
Like, that's about your daughter's birthday.
But then we all be trying to interpret this fucking bipolar schizophrenic dude's words.
Yeah.
Bro, he's an amazing artist.
I don't think he said anything crazy, but he was having fun, like joking and shit. He made a joke about Big Sean not knowing whether or not to keep the braids or the beard. He was like, you got to figure that shit out. He said some funny ass shit, bro. I forgot the other one he said too.
Okay. To play devil's advocate, like, I think a lot of people do understand that there's a lot of Jewish people in high level places, like fucking half of the NBA teams are owned by Jewish people, hella MLB teams as well. A lot of sports teams are owned by Jewish people. And this is totally understandable. We understand that there are people who are up in the higher ups that kind of hold the keys to the gateway, right? So, but at the same time, if you think about Jewish people's history, if you think about how German propaganda made people look at Jews a certain way,